Hello, everyone. I thought I would just do like a little pre-event live just because I felt like doing it. So yeah, we'll kind of do some predictions maybe, and I'll hang out for a bit. I'm leaving to go to a watch party after this, so I won't be on here for like hours and hours, but maybe do something for like 30 minutes, kill some time, say hi to everybody. Let me quickly get the event in front of me. I also have no clue how many viewers this type of thing will get. I have no clue because I didn't announce or anything. I just popped on. So yeah, we'll see. What's up, school lady boy? Hello. I've never not announced a live stream, so I have no clue if I'm about to get like 2 viewers and that's it. I don't know. I got somebody. So well, let me just pull up the list of the matches here. There we go. There we are. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So first match on the card is Zurab against Gorgi Tautiev. This one was kind of interesting for me because I don't know how good Zurab is at flop pressing, and I don't know how good Tautiev is at not getting flop pressed, which I think is a really important thing to understand here because I mean, if somehow Gorgi Tautiev couldn't take the wrist of Zurab, there would definitely be, this would be 99-1. But I highly think, like, I'm almost certain he'll take his wrist, after which point I have seen him holding Segov's press on his arm like it was nothing. So, like, just those 2 data points in my head, Segov is about as good a presser as you can get. And Zurab, I can't imagine is as good as good at pressing as Segov is. So I think this match is like already over and it hasn't even happened yet. I think Gorgi Tautiev is going to absolutely fucking kill him. It was my first one. Second one, Lachlan against Petro. I like Lachlan a lot, but I don't know why this match was set. Like, in my head, this is like already over. Another one of these ones that I just don't know why it was set. Petro is going to absolutely kill Lachlan. Not even close. Unless Lachlan in that shape where he was against Krasimir Kostadinov, that Lachlan might win. But the Lachlan that went up against Paul Lynn and stuff, the one that didn't really get much bite in that match, I'm a little bit worried about. So gonna need to make sure if Lachlan's in great shape, he can make this interesting. But I think this is like I think everyone who like really knows arm wrestling is just pick Petro and put this to the back of their head. I'll give it like 90-10. You know, I think there's a chance if Lachlan's in really great condition, it could be interesting. But yeah, also I may do like a live stream. I gotta ask permission for this, but maybe I could do a live stream at the watch party I'm at because we rented out this thing. It's gonna be pretty cool. So maybe I'll do a watch party over there and just I can't show the pay-per-view obviously, but yeah, that might be fun. All right, Nouo and Matt. I have $1,500 bet on Nouo to win 1 round on arm bet. Almost like when you have that large of a lever difference between you and an opponent, it begins to favor the shorter guy. So I'm almost certain that Nouo will be able to just kind of get wrist on wrist with Matt and just go straight sideways. If he gets any type of arm purchase, I think there's no chance. So I would be very, very, very surprised if Matt can do anything really. I think he's going to beat the piss out of Matt. That's the genuine truth of it. But yeah, it's going to be really interesting. You know, seeing them next to each other, you'd never think that they're in the same weight category or they should have any chance of having a match. But like if Nouo can Todd roll, if he can flop press, if he could just get wrist on wrist and go sideways, if he kept it flat wristed, all of those things would be, I think, instantly flash pinning Matt. Immediately flash pinning. Matt's only way to win is the second he starts control Nouo pronator and then roll out. That would be the only way he could win because that would stop him from getting pressed and it would prevent him from getting access to his side pressure because it turns his pronator over. That would be his only way of winning. But if he turns the pronator over too deep and we turn into a hook, he'll get blasted as well. So he needs to walk a very tight line to not get hit with Nouo side pressure, and I just don't envision him doing that 3 times successfully. There's just You guys will see a very unhappy Henry if I were to somehow lose that bet, but I don't think there's any way. I really don't. So yeah, Eglavite Kud and Jocelyn Brisson. So I saw Jocelyn go into a hook with Sarah at the last round. She was going outside the whole time, but then she went in a hook with her. And I know how good Sarah is in a hook because I was fortunate enough to arm wrestle with, or I didn't arm wrestle with her. I had a buddy who arm wrestled with her, and I know my buddy really well. So when I was sort of getting some vibe from him, he told me that Sarah is much stronger in the hook, but he could top roll her. The fact that Egla beat Sarah where she is strongest is very highly indicative of Egla's level. And Egla's taller than Jocelyn. I believe Egla will be able to, because she's taller, can kind of like, if you're a taller person, it's very easy to force a hook on a shorter person. You just rarely want to be there. Jocelyn wants to be in a hook, or Egla wants to be in a hook with Jocelyn. So I see it very likely it will go inside. And if it goes inside, Egla will batter her, I think. Now, will it go inside? I don't know. And the other thing with a lot of these women matches is I don't know how active Egla is. I haven't heard a peep from her since her match with Barbora, and now all of a sudden, just boom, she's into a match. So I don't know, has she been training the last 6 months getting ready, or did she hear about this match and get up off the couch and start training? I don't know, and that's a really important data point. So, yeah, but it'll be interesting. We'll look in the comments here. New guys more side pressure, yes. A lot of us are watching Jocelyn for different reasons. There's seems to be a lot of interest in Jocelyn. I didn't know about that until recently. And I bet on Sega, but I think I might be fucked. I think you are. From what I've heard, I think you are. But not too much time left. We'll get to see pretty soon here, right? So yeah, Specco and Datakan. This one pretty one-dimensional. If Specco is strong enough to go outside, I think he'll win. I think he won't be, and I think Datakan's going to blast him sideways 3 times. But also, like, there's some drama going on about the, like, I don't know, like Specco like beat up some little dude or something. I've got no clue. But yeah, Specco 3-2. I anticipate it will be very one-sided. I don't know who will win, but I think the match will be very one-sided. I'd be surprised if it's that close. I mean, it'd be cool, but unlikely. If Datakan can flop as well, my certainty that he wins goes like through the roof. I don't know if he can or not. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I just said he was very good. I don't know anything about him personally. I haven't spent much time with him, but yeah, from what I've heard, I don't know. Like, it seems to be 2 sides to every story. Like, from what I heard, he was saying a lot of rude shit to Specco, which if you say a bunch of rude shit to some guy and you meet him and he's kind of violent with you, I'm not saying that that's right, but I also would say, what did you expect? Like, I don't know. If I were to walk up to Specco and like make fun of him, I wouldn't be like, and then he slapped me, I'd be like, yeah, I'm not surprised. So I don't know. I don't know the whole story though, so I'm not going to make any assumptions. All right. Zonovan and Jablonsky. Other bet of mine, I have a little over $1,000, like 1050 on Zoranov to win a round. I have heard some information that Zoranov is in a good shape, and I would be shocked if he's like in a hook with Camille. I think he'll blast him. And I also think, from what I've heard, it sounds like Camille will try 1 round in a hook. So I think there's a good chance he tries a round in a hook, gets blasted, and then goes back to his normal, right? So, yeah, I think there's a very good chance Zoranov at least gets 1. He may not win the match, but Zoranov for 1, I'll take that. Buying this. Listen, Zephyr, I just said I don't really know him. You're putting a lot of words in my mouth, all right? I don't know him, but yeah. And frankly, you don't know him either. You don't know the whole story. You've heard what they will tell you, So don't believe everything you read on the internet. All right. Yeah, the event is in 2 hours. I don't have the pay-per-view link in the description, but it's on my community tab. Make sure to buy it. What will Michael Todd do if he loses to Vitali? I think the whole super heavyweight journey is probably over. From what I heard, I spoke with him a little bit. I did my interview with him, obviously, and I've seen other interviews with him. I think that's probably going to be it so it's kind of back against the wall. He's got to make it happen, right? But I don't think he's going there to lose. So yeah. All right, Paulin and Samusha. I may be a little too red-blooded and American, but Paul Lynn is going to run him over. I hope. But in reality, I think it's like pretty 50-50. I mean, last time they were 3-2. When two guys are 3-2, you can't tell me that you're confident in the rematch on either side, frankly. I would be I'd be surprised if this was one-sided either way, but if it's one-sided for someone, it's one-sided for Paul. I have Paul as like a narrow favorite, but a lot of betting sites had him. He was a 4.6 multiplier. So, yeah, it was pretty good. A lot of people quit a division just because they can't be the best in it. They want to be the best in it. I don't know. Ask a professional athlete. I'm not the guy to ask. I'm a YouTuber. Paul, since he has just started training, yeah, I mean, that's one of the things where I don't really know how much of a needle mover that is for Paul, but if that is a big needle move for him, that sounds good. But yeah, he seems like he's in good shape. I mean, the Paul Lynn that ran over Lachlan, I think will beat David Samusha. The Paul Lynn that faced Crassi, I'm not as confident. So yeah. When Camille talks about a hook, what he means is a fast hook press, not an actual deep hook. That's suicide against Ronov. It sounded to me like I've talked to them a bit off camera. He said he's been sort of working on his hook. I think he might try a deep hook one round. I don't think it will go well for him, but I think he's going to try one. But yeah, if he tries one, loses one round, then wins 3-1, I win my bet. So yeah, David looks well rested. Might be a shocker. I mean, thing is, if David Samusha won easy, can we really be shocked anymore? You know, so wouldn't be totally surprised. Remember when Cody took Perdick wrist hook versus top roll at that high level? Even if you're way stronger, you're bound to lose wrist. What was Zoranov last left? His last left-hand match was against Wagner, but a lot of people don't know. So Wagner against Tobias was really injured. Like he was like purple and blue all over. And he just showed up with like everything fucking torn. So of course he got blasted. Yeah, Wagner left-handed is actually pretty good. And also Zoranov is 20 kilos heavier. And from what I've heard, he never really has taken training seriously until recently. So, yeah, we'll get there, Matt, but I'm kind of with you. And what's up, Power Neck? Hey, guys, subscribe to Power Neck. That guy makes some pretty good, he's like not annoying per deep. So that guy's great. All right, Ivan Matyushenko against Sergey Kononenko. Honestly, I would find it highly unlikely this doesn't just bang straight into like as deep a hook as a deep hook can get. And the moment it gets there, I don't see really anyone beating Ivan Matyushenko in that position unless they are like a hook specialist. So because of that, I would be surprised if Sergey Kononenko could win. But I think this is a one where he has the opportunity to steal the show. I definitely think if he were to win his match in dominant fashion, it would kind of surprise people because I feel like everyone's kind of picked Ivan. Zoranov beat Vitali left-handed 9 years ago. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I know you're just joking, but he's pretty good. He's pretty good. Oh, what's up, Harry? This guy, Harry, I met him at East West 15, and we were hanging out with him and Alex, and Angen was right across the way too. That event was so fun, man. Sitting with Angen like the whole event, getting to see him watch and and share his like genuine live opinion was pretty cool. Pretty cool. If it stops, listen. If someone's gassing out at Sergey Kononenko, if it stops, 100% Ivan is winning because Sergey Kononenko does not have he's also had bad endurance in higher weight class. Maybe at the lower weight class, maybe a little better. But yeah, he does not. He's not super endurative. Makarov against Popchuk. I think it's most likely that he'll get a flop in or he'll set him in a hook. Either way, I like Popchuk. Henry, you remember me? Did you comment on one of my videos like "Remember me when you're famous" or something like that, like a really long time ago or something? I might remember you if that's who you are. But like, you got to understand, a lot of people, I meet so many people through this, so I lose track. But yeah, so I think Prokopchuk will probably get a flop in, and I think he'll probably win because of that. But if he can't get a flop in, I would then probably favor Makarov. If Makarov's in like a hook where he's a little higher and the other guy's a little lower, I'm less confident. Gregor's Knutson. I don't know you. I'm sorry. Where should I know you from? If you tell me like when I met you, maybe I'll remember. But I don't. I'm like the worst with names. You got to understand. Like I am Bad. Like guys in my club, I forget their name all the time. I am just a disaster with that. So yeah, Gennady and Seov. Daniel might even just topple Makarov. That's the one thing I don't see happening. And if that happened, Daniel is good if he top rolls Makarov. I'd be pretty impressive. I don't know. Ivan looks kind of down lately. He had a good match with Morozov, of course, but with Morozov, he was probably injured. Yeah, it was left. And honestly, I don't think he was injured against Morozov. I think Morozov makes you look like you're injured because he's just that good. But his only right-handed match he's had so far, it was just him like obliterating Camille. So yeah, Victor, I see you in all my comments, but we have not met. That is true. All right, Gennady and Seov. I have Gennady any way he wants to win. I would just be very surprised if the Seov, who was just getting held up by or lost to Todd Hutchings, I would be surprised if he went from that to beating Gennady, like in that short a period of time. And Gennady is big. Like I don't want people thinking that this guy's showing up skinny. He did not do a Sergey Kalinchenko moving down to the heavyweight class where he actually weighs 115. He lost a little bit of fat and then water cut down. I don't think we're going to see a weaker Gennady at all. I think it's going to be absolute obliteration. I don't even think it's going to be close. And I think he's going to run that class. Like, I don't actually think anybody at 115 has much of a chance against Gennady. Yeah. Last AMC Makarov was being destroyed by Alan. Yeah, so Alan Zolov had a pronator injury when he faced Daniel Prokopchuk. So not that simple. Which excuse will Vitali have after this one since he never gives credit to the opponent? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he wins. Todd Hutchings against Rustam Babayev. My bank account would love for Rustam to win. My heart would want Todd to win. My brain believes Rustam will win. I don't really see any way it doesn't get into a really deep hook. And the moment it gets into a really deep hook, I think Rustam's going to kill him. I saw a video by Armfellas. You guys can go check it out. Armfellas posted a video like training with Rustam, and his training partner was in the background. And his training partner was like, yeah, Rustam is like, I've known him for years and I've never seen him be this strong. He is literally the strongest he's ever been. This is like unbelievable. If all of that's true and we're really looking at a prime Rustam Babayev right now, I don't see any way Todd Hutchings could win. If we're looking at like the best of Rustam, that'd be pretty good. All right, now final match, Mike against Vitali. I have flip-flopped on this one more than I've ever flip-flopped on any match. And it always pisses me off when people are like, oh, well, now I think Mike. Now I think Vitali. And I always thought that was so stupid because I'm like, nothing new has come up in the last 48 hours that should make you change this opinion. But I have had a change of heart. On this one, I am flipping all over the fucking place. I literally cannot pick it. But in the last week, I have picked a very confident Michael Todd. And now I feel like pretty good. I think Mike's going to win. I just don't see him getting turned over this way. So if he keeps his pronator and then has full connection to his lat, I don't really see Vitali's arm being all that. Vitali's arm is not stronger than Mike's lat, and he will get connected to it. There's a great story. I arm wrestled number one woman in the state, woman named, what's her name? Stephanie Spencer, and number one woman in California. And she can deadlift 600 pounds. Her lat is just so strong. First time I arm wrestled her, all I was trying to do was top roll, and I could not budge this woman. I would take her wrist, I would get her off center, and she would get right here, and she would just sit on her lat. And I would just keep going. There's nothing I could do. What I didn't know I needed to do was come in and press. Month later, I arm wrestled her. I came in and pressed, and I beat her pretty easily, right-handed at least. Left-handed, things are a little different because my left hand I can't press as well, and it had a little bit of an injury, so she was getting me lefty. But right-handed, because I was able to come in and drop on that, I was able to win. Vitali cannot come in and drop on a press on Mike because Mike can lat row his whole arm. So because of that, I just don't I don't see a shape the match can play out in where Vitali wins. And I literally just don't see a world where he would win. And I can't believe how confident he is. If he tries to hold on outside of the straps, I think he's wasting his energy. If he tries to flash pin him in the straps, he's going to waste his energy. I literally don't like, and also there's a lot of talk about like, oh, you know, Vitali will flash pin him out of the straps. Fucking Mike will flash pin him out of the straps. Mike's press is way scarier than whatever the fuck Vitali will do to the best slipper in the league. I have no clue how people think that that's actually going to happen. So, yeah, I have like Mike 90-10. I'm like, I don't know how I ever thought Vitali could win. But now that I've like come to reality, unless if Vitali shows like a lot of things he's never shown. He needs to climb, pump over, press, and drop on top of it with his whole body. I've never seen him do that fucking ever. If he does that this match, he'll win. But I just don't expect it. Let me catch up on the chat here because I've been ignoring you guys. Michael, see, Vitali just above the pit pad, maybe. I think we're going to be impressed at how high he stops it. I really do. In the future, if we meet, we need to grip up on the table. Yeah, sure. You're probably going to beat the piss out of me. I'm not very good. I'm better at this YouTube stuff than arm wrestling. I've been arm wrestling less long than I've been doing YouTube videos. So, and I wasn't particularly good when I started. So, yeah. If the match stops and Mike has the buckle, Vitali won't be able to climb. I think Mike's getting the buckle no matter what, because if he loses the flip, Vitali will choose to not have the buckle. And if he gets the buckle, he wants it. Oh, something to add about me arm wrestling Stephanie Spencer. She got the strap really tight left-handed with me, and she just beat the piss out of me. When the strap is loose and I could sort of maneuver, it's not the same. But when the strap was really tight and she got connected to that lat, it was like not even close. So, yeah, it was really impressive. Henry, I want to beat your ass after you post same comment every video and every post. You were better at nothing. There's a guy who has my username and picture. Maybe that's him. I really don't make the same comment every video and every post. I don't exactly know what you're talking about, but may not be me who you're getting mad at. Maybe check the profile. Be sure it's actually me. Yeah. So if he stops Vitali, or when he stops Vitali, I'll delete my channel if Vitali flash pins him 3 times. You heard it here first. When he stops Vitali, it will be, I believe, higher. It will be maybe somewhere up here. I don't think he's going to be quite ducking down all the way. Could be wrong. But I think we're going to be impressed at how high he stops it. But yeah, he's going to get the buckle. He's going to get the strap as tight as possible. And I literally think he might just flash pin Vitali. Because I don't see him losing his pronator. Maybe he loses fingers, but he'll at least have his pronator. And I think he literally has so much lat he could just do this. Like, I think he might murder Vitali. And I don't know how Vitali's going to stop his press either. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Zephyr, that's true. I mean, it's incredible how much progress he's made. Henry, you needing thumbnails made of... Yeah, it's kind of funny. Well, I mean, you know, he kind of got there his own way, right? So we were at... It was East vs. West 15. He started doing work as the translator. Sal, how is that crazy? Message me on Instagram. Let's bet on the match then. How about that? Vitali got stopped by Hermes, and Michael's stopping power is at least as good as Hermes. No fucking way he flash pins 3 times. Exactly. Like, I don't really think... I think maybe Levon would flash pin Michael Todd. But I don't have a single other person on the planet who would, like, flash pin Michael Todd. Like, if Vitali flash pins Mike, him and Devin get so interesting. But I just don't think that's happening. Oh, man, Sal, you better be back here. Come back here after you lose. That would be so funny, yeah. But you can leave a nasty comment if you're right. You're totally allowed to talk shit if you're right. But, yeah, I got money on more money than that on Rustam. I think Vitali would win against Michael. I don't know. I'm not sure about this whole Vitali will win against Michael thing. You need 200 kilo risk code of flashman Mike. See, okay. Also, okay, AM Razman. Say how you think Vitali will beat Mike. I'm curious. Because whatever you're about to say, it involves him doing something he's never done before against Michael Todd. That's the only way. If Vitali can... So now all of a sudden you bet $500, OP Sal. Well, I hope you pay rent this month after that. Vitali doesn't have the endurance to beat Michael 3 times. Listen, if he wins, I believe he will be in, like, honestly, I think this whole Michael Todd has great endurance. If the match stops, he's going to win is quite overplayed. He stops every match he's ever been in, and he loses plenty of the matches he stops. So I wouldn't be so confident that just because he stops the match, he wins. But I actually just think he's going to be strong enough to, like, I think he's going to look like the stronger guy. It won't be him running away from Vitali's strength. I think he's going to kind of come at him. I think Levon would beat Michael Todd, but like Hermes did, he won't try to flash pin since he's not stupid. Yeah, if he just went, I think his wrist goes somewhere between here and here. I would be shocked if Levon could just go straight sideways through the mic. I mean, that would be pretty crazy. Michael guaranteed victory over. I was surprised he said that. It's going to, like, man, if he beats Vitali, and I really think he will, I will definitely be in Hot Springs, Arkansas, checking that out, because I'm definitely going to go to the events that are in some of the events in America. I'll try to go to the events in America, but I'm definitely going to much less. And I feel like Vitali could flash pin before Michael can get to his King's move. Yeah, that's not happening. There's no way. Mike can start in his King's move if you're really struggling to get there. But the problem is he would need to flash pin through Mike's lat. He would need to turn his pronator over, which means he's beaten probably 220 pounds of pronation. And then after that, he gets on the lat. It would just be, that would be really impressive if Vitali flash pins Mike. I could see him maybe getting one off just pure speed, but like actual strength, not going to happen. What's up, Terrence Opperman? Listen, we got to get Terrence Opperman a match at East vs. West Arm Wars or something. This guy on Instagram is calling out like fucking everybody. You know what I'm saying? We got to get this guy a match at 115. Let's go to East vs. West 18 together as VIPs. I don't know you, Rafos, but I have I'm a media ambassador, so I get like VIP for free. So I will, if you go as a VIP, I will definitely meet you. You really think Rustam can beat Todd? I mean, come on, Todd is so strong. Have you seen his match with Ibrahim Seov? It's not that simple, man. He's gonna, he'll go into a hook, and I mean, I'm surprised that you're saying that. Do you really think Todd can beat Rustam? It's never happened. You're betting on something that's never happened before. So, Rafos, for you, God, I get people mixed up. Were you the guy we bet $50 on Dave and Svetkov at in Arlington? If you were that guy, I remember you. Long hair. Shit. Okay, it was you. Okay, yeah, I know you. Yeah, if I see you at the event, we'll definitely hang out. I think Vitali will get a press in, but not high enough. He will be pressing into a wall. Yeah. Ordon Numba, I saw you comment on my question of who's more likely to get a pin out of the straps. I'm surprised that the poll was like 90-10 in Vitali's favor. Do people seriously think that Vitali flash pinning Mike out of the straps in an outside move is more likely than Mike flop pressing? Or not even flop pressing, but getting that wrist on wrist press, like especially because Vitali is very it was not as close as people think. Henry asked Terrence if his match with Philip was close, because for me it was not close at all. Hey, Terrence, was your match with Philip close? I don't know why you need me to ask. You can comment, but yeah. The thing with that, too, is Philip told me in the first round, he literally blew through him like he didn't exist. So, like, it was, like, super easy. And I think that's because Terrence started to go outside. Once Terrence started to go inside, even though the match looked close, I believe at no point did Terrence feel like he'd be pinned. It was just kind of like, when you've got a, 400-pound man hanging on your arm, it's a little difficult, but he's got to work through it. But he felt comfortable once he got his shoulder in. And that was sort of, that was what Mendaugas told Terrence in his corner, I think, was that's where Philip is susceptible. It's that arm power. It's that finishing strength. Like right now, I think there are super heavyweights that Philip could seriously give their hands some trouble. But I also think that Philip right now would get the piss beat out of him by Todd Hutchings. It's a very interesting way that works, but he lacks the arm, but he's got the hand. He's very interesting, but he's gonna be really good. I really like Philip. Philip's a great guy, and he's very incredible. Hey, Henry, listen, Oleg Petrenko can beat David Datakan left and right. I won 200 last time they pulled right hand. And Oleg Petrenko can beat David Datakan left hand also. Chance beat Zurab and thought he is the main character. I have no clue what you're talking about, man. You're on like all kinds of crazy shit, but right on. I'm glad you made some money. Yeah, Devin is pulling credential left hand in June. I did see that. Yeah, he mentioned that on some live stream. He definitely wasn't supposed to, but he did. Yeah, I was kind of interested by that because OP Sal, I have Rustam and maybe like $500 worth of parlays. But like me betting $500 is like for fun. I have 1,000 on Zaranov, 1,500 on Nouo Chikadze, both to win one round. So those are my bigger bets. And I didn't even bet that much. I normally bet like 5,000 to 6,000 an event. This was like a chill event. This was $3,000. Pretty deep, but not super crazy. I think Datakan would beat Oleg Petrenko left-handed, but it would be somewhat interesting. Do you think Matt Mask will lose? Absolutely. I think Nouo Chikadze has too much arm, and he's never lost his wrist before. Like a lot of people say, the levers favor him, but they really don't. When you're that much taller, you have to come down quite a bit, and Nugo's never lost his wrist flexion or fingers in a single match ever. So, yeah, Matt Mask would be the first guy to have ever top-rolled Nouo Chikadze in official competition. Good luck, and only one time I lost my money. Yeah, I mean, I go pretty hard, yeah. So, yeah, let me go back to that guy that said, so Yago Rossi, Devin and Kradetcha left-handed. I really thought, and I even said this in my interview with Mike, I thought that Devin was just going to get as much pay-per-view money as he could and just go slowly. I've got some opinions on the Kradetcha match. Like, I think he was picked because even though he's ranked higher, I think he's an easier opponent than someone like for example, Camille. Camille would beat Devin. I'm decently confident. And I think Devin knows it, so he needs to get a little stronger, which is why even though he's going higher in the rankings, I actually think he's going for an easier opponent. It's going to be an interesting match, but I do think Devin's going to win. It's in my opinion, I'm not really in the game of betting against Devin. I typically always think he's going to win, and I'm almost always correct. Only times I've bet against Devin was against Levon. So, yeah, I'm pretty confident Devin wins that one. Camille needs a rematch with Vitali ASAP. That would be interesting, man. That would be interesting. And if Vitali is smart, I would avoid Camille like the plague because I think he beats everyone else left-handed. Camille is the only guy he might not beat. If Oleg and David pull left-handed, I will bet 2K at least on Oleg for sure. Listen, if you're actually serious about that, send me a message. You'll need to pay me in advance because I don't trust random people on the internet. But you pay me in advance and I pay you 4K if you win, I'm absolutely in. Did you bet Devin versus Gennady won? No, I wasn't betting at the time. I only started betting seriously at East vs. West 12. Wait, didn't you bet $1,000 on Levon? I had like $800 bet on him at East vs. West 12. It's you go under any of my videos, it's there. It's like Henry Space Naring or something. I don't know. I'm followed by arm wrestlers, so like if you look up Henry N, I should show up because like they'll, if you follow arm wrestlers too, it'll like recommend me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, send me a message on Instagram, tell me you're the guy, and we can maybe do it. Like I said though, you will need to pay me in advance because I'm not just gonna trust that you pay me $2,000. I can't scam you or else people will get on my ass, but you can scam me and no one will care. So yeah, definitely gonna need payment in advance. Rustam is too fast for Todd Hutchings, and Todd has no defensive hook since for him biceps are useless and he's stubborn. Rustam 4-0 easy. Yeah, I definitely think it'll go in a hook for sure. I have an inkling that Todd will try something other than a hook. I think he's going to try it because he's talking about how he has more back pressure than Irakli. I do think he's going to try it, and I don't think it's going to work. So, yeah. Alpar, I saw your question. I forgot to answer it. How do I think the first round? I think Mike, it's going to be similar to Mike and Gennady. So he'll get here, he'll knock him off center a little bit, and then kind of start working. But I think he's going to be connected to his lat on his side of the table with his pronator, stopping it higher than a lot of people expect. Vitali will be surging sideways, losing his wrist over and over and over again. Round 2, something similar will happen. And round 3, Mike will go for a press. That's what I expect to see. I think there will be a time Mike goes for a flash press. We kind of saw this against Camille where he went for it, saw it didn't work, but was willing to go back to it later once his opponent was tired. I mean, Mike's got a lot of different tools up. Like if he's down 0-2, he will definitely be going for that press. I see him going straight for it right away. Also, I'm sorry, my camera's bad. I switched out from my GoPro to something else, and I switched it for a different reason. It's a long story, but I'll switch back to the GoPro if I ever do a stream again. Who said Todd has more back pressuring? Yeah, he said he has more back pressure than Irakli, which I'm not certain isn't true, but I don't think it's true. But I definitely don't think he's going to be as good at cracking a wrist as Irakli is. So I think the idea of going outside against Rustam, he will hit a wall that round, I think. But the great thing, so it's not best out of 5, it's best out of 7. So the great thing, he's going to have a lot of rounds to play with. He's got a lot of time to try this and try this, but yeah. All right, Opie Sal, I'm right there with you. You know, message me every event, and maybe we bet some money. I love taking random people's money in my comments. Nothing better than taking my fans' money. I appreciate that. I guess I don't really consider you guys fans. You guys are arm wrestling fans, and you come here because I talk about arm wrestling. I don't really think that there are Henry Naring fans per se. Rustam arm is too short to Todd roll. Yeah, but I mean, oh, you mean for him to Todd roll? Okay, I thought you meant it was too short for him to use a Todd roll, which I didn't understand. Todd has more dragging back pressure, not elbow flexion. Dude got completely opened by Irakli flop press. Yeah, so I agree. His ability to apply this backward pressure, hand peg to hand peg center, certainly favors him. Henry, can we have a super match? I'm 6'3", 210. Probably not. That's a little bigger than me, man. I'm 5'11", like 175. Maybe like 180, but I'm cutting down to 175. So yeah, you're a little too big for me. But if you came to like our club or something, I live in Los Angeles. If you come to Los Angeles, I'll totally pull with you, no problem. And if you see me at an event, like sure. But like, here's the thing: if I win, I beat Matt House. If you win, you get to go. Oh, I beat Henry. So it's like, I've had a lot of people message me asking to have a super match, and I don't really understand it. It's not true both lat drag and hammer strength. I think lat dragon might be true, but hammer strength, I would be very shocked if it was true. If they were to just do like a pure, like if they got what's that thing called, a crane scale and just applied their back pressure, I'd be shocked if Irakli's was lower. Why are you not in Istanbul? Man, it's just a long ass flight, and I'm kind of over going to the trip, so I'm definitely going to. I'll go to the ones in America, but I'm probably not going to be flying international as much. I'm working on a different YouTube channel, so yeah. I thought you lived in Bay Area. I've lived in California my whole life. I still don't even know what the fuck Bay Area even means. I live in Los Angeles. That's all I got now. Are you watch partying the event? I'm going to a different watch party with my buddies, but I will. Yeah. So I don't think I'm allowed to do live commentary. But that was also, I got to know about that in Arlington. I don't know if I can do one here, but I don't want to, frankly. I just kind of want to enjoy myself. But yeah, maybe some event I'll do a watch party. I'll see. I definitely want to do one in the future, but this event, we're going to have like a cool watch party. We're watching this and UFC. It's going to be a lot of fun, so I'm going to go to that. Levon versus Ermi's rematch prediction, Levon 4-0. Don't buy the hype. What's your favorite Turkish food? Greetings from Istanbul. What's up? Probably kebab. I ate a lot of kebab when I was there. It was really good. I also like Turkish coffee. It was pretty good. I don't really like coffee in general, but the Turkish coffee was kind of interesting. Michael did a 50 kg riser. Levon can definitely do 52 kg for 15 reps. I don't know what Levon can do. Yeah. Henry, you will dial down the arm wrestling YouTube, but it's the exact same. It's just like it's a time constraint thing. But I actually think I may not be doing as much dialing down of arm wrestling YouTube as I thought. I'm going to try to do like a good amount of interviews still. But yeah, I'm going to try to still make content. It's just like not going to be like something I put pressure on myself to do. Like if I don't upload for 2 weeks, I don't give a shit. But I'll try to still make arm wrestling content. And maybe I'll do lives like this more often because I do enjoy this. You want to avoid Engen's wrath. Yeah, Engen likes me. I think I'm all right. Can I do a 76-pound riser lift? No, I cannot. Not even close. My riser is pretty bad. I could probably do like maybe 50 pounds, maybe 45. I could definitely do 45. I could maybe do 50. Devin versus Vitali prediction. Devin will beat the piss out of him. Why Coach Ray got blacklisted for East vs. West? Any idea? I don't know. None of my business. Levon has lost his right wrist only once in his entire pro career. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't buy the hype. It's not happening. Levon did 80 kg speed rep warm-up pronation lift. I wouldn't call it a warm-up lift, but yeah, he's very strong. I like interviews a bit more than most. Def, keep them going. You ask more direct and honest questions while stimulating and respectful. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right. I think I'll call it here because I got somewhere to drive to, but it was kind of cool hopping on here. Hello, everybody. And yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to get your pay-per-view. It's not in the description, but you know, you guys just know how to fucking do this at this point. So fucking 18th East vs. West, or I guess we're on King of the Table now, but it's been enough events. You guys know how to buy the damn pay-per-view. Go buy the pay-per-view. Why are you still paying? Why? Oh yeah, good point. English press of Vitali. Very true. Henry, why you abandoned Reddit? Man, it's just kind of toxic. Like the Reddit, also apparently they hate me now. Every time I've seen, anytime someone sends me something from there, they hate on me. But yeah, I read it here and there. But yeah, it's just like it's very toxic. But I definitely skim it here and there. Like during the events, I'll read it, but in between, I feel like it's just kind of negative. So it's kind of nasty reading that stuff. Like there's a lot of guys I like, and they say nasty things about people who I like. And it's just not enjoyable to read, you know? So anyway, but thank everybody for watching, and make sure to get your pay-per-view. It's going to be a really cool event.